Why am I looking at Katamari on crack? Hello everyone and welcome back to the 128th episode of PandTha Talks. Well actually it's 127, but it's 128 because we did live stream last week, but for some reason the recording just died on me, so
But if we didn't upload to YouTube, does it count?
That's a good
Also,
question.
it was a fucking mess, so does it count?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Let's just call it 127 and call it a day there.
0.5.
Yeah, 127.5, that's what we're going with.
The last... Yeah, I know.
It was a bad week last week.
Well, no, this would be 128, Rory. The last uploaded is 127.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Well, at least that's what's on the thumbnail, so either you fucked up or...
No, I didn't. Okay.
So last week was 127.5.
Yeah, so
that
128.
will not be mentioned.
It's been mentioned enough so far.
No. What's been mentioned?
Good point. So yeah, this week we have, to be honest, quite a bit to go over. I'm not sure. Should we discuss what we discussed last week at all?
We can do like a brief overview.
Yeah, we'll do a quick retrospective on what went on.
But for our own sakes, I think it's wise not to get too into it.
Yeah. Other than that, from what we discussed last week, which was pretty much EA's buyout, Nintendo fucking up. We have more this week of Nintendo fucking up. We have more Battlefield 6, which we did discuss last week. We have Sony seeking an injunction against good old Tencent, which will be quite amusing, I'm sure.
I did see Tencent's upload.
Yeah.
That went well.
Violent video game tax is getting closer to reality. EA's acquisition under fire from US Senate over potential national security risk. We're back under the good old acquisition arguments that we had back in the Xbox trying to acquire Activision Blizzard days, which is fun.
Wasn't that long ago.
No. Then we're going to be discussing how a Assassin's Creed boss has left Ubisoft, and then straight after we have an article about how the former Assassin's Creed franchise boss didn't walk away, so we'll see which one that one turned out to be. Finally, the former God of War director gives a warning to major publishers. So it seems like a lot went off this week.
So didn't you say that you had good news for me?
I
didn't hear that anywhere.
Yeah, we had to insult Nintendo and Assassin's Creed.
I mean, you tend to insult Nintendo on the regular anyway.
I mean, with valid reason. I have valid criticism for them, which is pretty much shut down.
I saw. I don't know. It wasn't Nintendo, but there was someone filed for a patent for something, and I feel like it was Sony.
Honestly,
I can't remember.
After Nintendo's got so far with this patent bullshit, it would not shock me that other companies start to do it. Really wouldn't.
My brain can't even vaguely remember, so I have absolutely no idea.
No, that sounds about right. So, let's get into this bit, shall we? Violent video game tax is getting closer to reality, which is fucking terrifying. Because, sugar tax wasn't enough for us to suffer with. No, now we've got to pay a violent video game tax. Mexico has moved a step closer to taking violent video games to taxing.
Out of everyone in Mexico is doing this?
Yeah, I'm very shocked by that as well, actually. After the Chamber of Deputies approved one such levy as part of its broader fiscal package, the legislative proposal now heads to the Senate, raising the possibility of higher prices and increased regulatory scrutiny in one of Latin America's biggest gaming markets. Wait, they've approved an 8% tax on violent video games.
Oh, it's already approved.
That sounds like an awful idea.
So you're probably looking at what, like $70, $80 price tag on games as it is, and there's like another $6 on top of that?
Yeah, pretty much. So, I'm sorry guys. On top of that, what do they classify as violent video games? In Stardew Valley, you hit things with a sword. Is that violent?
You're not wrong. I'd love to know as well where that 8% is going. Is that just the game devs get even more money?
Oh no, it'll be the government, Mexico pockets.
Oh, of course, it's always the government, man.
Yeah, it's attacks, so it goes straight to them. While the video games industry's connection to real-life violence is much more dubious, it makes for an easier legislative target, even though it has been proven time and time again that game violence does not actually cause real violence. Pretty much the only thing that they actually managed to successfully prove is that it desensitizes you to real violence. And all that means is you're not going to be as mentally affected if it happens.
I know. After I play a round or two of Blade and Sorcery, I feel a lot more relieved and less violent than before.
Oh, same. I actually need to load my VR up again and start playing again.
I think mine's just too mangled at this point. It's not
It
gonna happen.
really is. Yours is, yeah. There's no polite description of what's happening with yours.
Chugged along nicely.
It did. The proposal can be more accurately described as a mature video game tax, as it doesn't just target violent titles, but any with the 18 plus and adult only ratings. Okay, so Minecraft is safe. So
GTA just got its price raised even higher.
Yeah, isn't that fantastic? Considering they were already considering charging like £100 for the game.
$100 for base game.
Yeah, so that's
wouldn't put it past them either.
No, I really wouldn't, especially considering I think it was the CEO turned around and claimed that he wanted to charge $1 or £1 per hour of content. Yeah, that was his genuine argument. I'm guess if
you do that, and we'll start getting 2.5 hour campaigns again, like Call of Duty did that one time.
What the hell is that called again? How have I forgot the name? Is it Take-Two? Boss dollar. Take-Two CEO, oh no, did not suggest that. So who was it? He argued that games offer terrific price to value because their length and depth provide more entertainment hours than other media, making them a better value. Take-Two has clarified that his comments were meant to highlight games as a good value, not advocate for a new pricing model. So, yeah, people originally took it as that they should cost more. But it actually turned out that when they actually spoke about it a bit further, no, that was not the way he was going.
Yeah, because the quality of content we're getting is totally worth more.
Oh, no, right. Have you seen any footage from Pokemon Legends?
No, I have never really had much interest in Pokemon.
No, I'm very much the same, but we've all at least seen something of Pokemon, yeah?
Honestly, recently, no.
No, I
if
mean,
I see Pokemon, I skip right past it.
No, I mean in general, though. We've all seen, clips of the original Pokemon and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, it's been dropped. I love adverts so much. I have premium on my normal account for this exact reason. So, the new one got dropped, and it turns out that in the original Pokemon, basically, what you would do is if you came across a trainer or something and you were battling, you couldn't run away. You could run away from basic Pokemon that were in the wild. But now in this game, there's no turn-based system. They completely removed the turn-based system for the combat.
The entire foundation of Pokemon is just gone.
Yeah, pretty much. Now what you do is you repeatedly spam the action buttons for the attacks, and you just wait until your best attack is on again, as you can see here. But yeah, this is now Pokemon, and apparently about 85% of the buildings in this city, they just...
Oh, the 2D shit! Oh! I didn't even know that was Pokemon. Yeah, and they're all 2D meshes. None of them are actually, any effort put into the design. It's all 2D mesh.
Yeah, really fills you with confidence, doesn't it?
I didn't even know that was Pokemon.
Yeah, this is the new Pokemon.
The TikTok I saw, because it didn't show any gameplay. It was just some dude climbed the ladder, then went up to a wall and was like, look at the state of this wall.
Yeah. So, this is what Pokemon has become. Pretty much a shit show, from what I'm hearing from people. A lot of people are very unhappy. Just to actually show you, obviously we can't do what we'd like to do and pull up Steam reviews that will be honest, because that's just not how the industry works.
What absolute pile of garbage were we looking at one day? And all these Metacritics were giving it an 8 and a 9. And then it turned out to be one of the worst games ever.
Oh, Concord.
No, Concord was another story.
But that had roughly the same issue.
There's nothing to talk about when it comes to Concord because there's nothing there.
But all the reviewers were giving it positive reviews. It was the player base that were against it. But it's similar with this.
Yeah, the player base is what you listen to, mate.
Yeah, I mean, look
These
at this.
people don't have a clue what they're talking about. They're probably paid to fucking put something out.
We got 10s, we've got 80s, 86, 63, which is probably the
felt this life.
Yeah, I mean, I'd personally say if a world felt lifeless, you're probably gonna give it lower than a 63, but that's me. So yeah, there's a lot of reviews out there, but
there's 100 and a 10.
Yeah.
A 90.
And then you look at user reviews. It starts off positive, and then quickly, yeah, just it drops very fast. And if I was just to pull up, so these are the critic reviews.
That just doesn't make sense, mate.
There's a fair amount here that are just positive.
For a game that's had so little effort put into it.
Yeah, Pokemon Legends ZA has a clear mission, and despite some shortcomings, it absolutely succeeds in doing so. I will not explain away or excuse Game Freak's bizarre way of constructing their games, nor will I claim it makes sense for these AAA titles to be so incredibly stingy with rudimentary details such as 3D model balconies in a city inspired by Paris or voice acting. You've given that a higher number than I expected. I know there's more to it, but I do not fancy reading the full fucking thing. So, yeah, this is like how far that went before it started getting negative. So I went 4 down. I hope they will continue the Legends series. It's a breath of fresh air being able to play blank with a twist. I can't wait to see what else they come up with. Anyone else feel like that's a bot? They knocked it out of the park again! Graphics of Pokemon Colosseum, terrible side quests, boring and forgettable plot, bad movement, no bikes or other types of movement. You had them like in Scarlet and Violet because you know how small the map is. Back to the graphics, they blank looks like a game basically from the 2010s, but not the good ones. The only redeeming quality for this game is the combat system. Only once in a blue moon does the Pokemon Company try something new, and I like the idea, but it needs refinement, as currently the best strategy is to spam moves as fast as possible, whilst tanking the opponent. They should explore ways to more smoothly control your Pokemon's movement, maybe with a dodge command, but which could have its own cooldown, along with more direct positioning options. But I don't know, I'm not in charge of Nintendo. Maybe they could lock it behind a £30 DLC because they have to milk the players to death to make their $13 million spent in developing this bad game.
No, they'll release it as the second iteration of the series and put £70, lock it behind a £70 price tag instead.
Small and empty map, lots of bugs.
Okay. I'm guessing it's meant to say bugs.
Yeah, bugs and animations are outdated. Stop playing after an hour, not worth the €100.
What?
Game plus DLC.
There's no way it costs 100 for fucking more than base version. What is the base version?
Let's go to the Nintendo store, and then we can go to the eShop. It wouldn't be that.
Crap! They released it that has mostly 2D fucking images, and you're telling me it's gonna cost like 80 fucking euro default.
So 50 quid for the console there, and then we need the DLC on top of this. I don't know. This store is awful.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
They're really good at making things vague, aren't they?
Yeah, no, not Nintendo. It'd be Pokemon, and I still have less of an idea than I did at the start.
Strange.
Legends ZA.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm losing an idea each moment. If I hit DLC, nothing for that either. Okay, so
wow,
you literally have given me no idea whatsoever.
It really just went downhill.
Just a tad. Just a tad.
What the hell's Mega Dimension?
Oh, that's the DLC. Okay. So it's
25. 75 quid for it.
75 quid total, which is about €100, yeah.
That's wild.
Fucking mental, mate. Absolutely.
If the base game is 50 quid and you got a DLC that's 50% of the base game price, that's madness to begin with.
Yeah.
And then you look at the state of the game and the fact that it's basically a 2D game, you may as well go and play a platformer.
Yeah, no, exactly. Lifeless world and no new Pokemon. Combat system is new and different, but I do not know how it will fare in competition. Piece of dog water, developed by a billionaire company, and you still get a Nintendo 64 graphics. Play Digimon, it's better. Jesus Christ, okay.
Apparently, people are sort of all for the new combat system if it's just, made better.
Yeah,
I will
it
admit,
seems
like,
so.
when it comes to Pokemon games, it's so boring when I don't like turn-based games.
No, I'm with you.
There
I struggle with
there's
them.
not really anything happening. Like there's no like, oh, if I don't do this in time, that's gonna cause an issue. It's like, okay, right, let's sit here for 6 hours and evaluate my situation and see what I should do next.
Yeah. Well, I've got good news. We now get to go to the actual comments here. So, Pokemon Legends ZA is being review bombed. No, it's not being review bombed. It's being reviewed accurately as to how the users see it. A review bomb is something substantially different, and you know it is, Mr. Dalton Cooper of Game Rant.
Hey man, they got to get the rage bit, and currently it's succeeding.
Apparently so.
You're talking about it.
Yeah, I know. It's the latest entry in the long-running Pokemon franchise, and it's earned mostly positive reviews from critics. While it hasn't scored quite as high as the groundbreaking Pokemon Legends Arceus, Pokemon Legends ZA reviews have been a lot stronger than Scarlet and Violet, which stand as the lowest rated games in the series.
I'm sorry, they still have a game that was rated worse.
Apparently.
How bad was it? Oh, never mind. Apparently, this has an overall rating of 79 because of all those bullshit reviews we saw.
Yeah, the 79 is critic reviews.
Yeah, I can tell from the fact that there's only 57 reviews.
Yeah. Pokemon Legends ZA reviews have praised the return of Mega Evolutions and the fun core gameplay loop, while criticising the game's pacing and lackluster graphics compared to its peers. On review, aggregate site Metacritic, Pokemon Legends ZA has earned 79 overall ratings with 57 reviews so far, down from the 83 that it started with.
Just because the first rating was 80 and 83 doesn't mean it started at 83.
Yeah, then it gets to the negative reviews here. It's that the Pokemon Legends ZA user score, meanwhile, is significantly lower than the critic score. At the time of this writing, Pokemon Legends ZA has 4.1 user rating with 61%.
Those numbers don't add up, mate.
That doesn't show me.
Just read the next few words.
61% negative reviews, 29% mixed, which puts it 90.
Total of 90%.
And 30%, 120%.
We're not talking about like a 1 or 2% deviation, which can happen depending on how the numbers get rounded. No, it's just complete whack off the fucking scale, off the charts, man. They don't care.
I just need to check if they got the actual stats from here. 33% positive, 60% negative, 8% mixed. So that's off by 1% due to the rounding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's wild. 60% negative.
How incompetent are you, dude? You're the managing editor of Game Rant. How have you fucked this up?
Crazy stuff, man.
While there are some legitimate negative user reviews, there are also many that have given the game a 0 out of 10 or 1 out of 10, which most would agree is not really reasonable.
That's questionable.
Yeah. Even if one
not the low score, the disagreement with the low score.
Yeah. Even if one dislikes the game, these reviews mention things like the Pokemon Company's greed, the laziness of the game, and in some cases Nintendo's ongoing and highly controversial Palworld lawsuit.
I mean, we've seen just how low they've went trying to take a dig at Palworld.
Oh, we have two. Bare minimum effort product by one of the biggest IP in gaming. Now I see why Nintendo have to go after Palworld. To be honest, that's an accurate statement. And I was thinking it the entire time that I was looking at this.
Was the second one even Palworld related?
No, this is
it's not Principal. And it's, whatever.
I'm just going to scroll further down, and then I'm just going to hit refresh.
Like,
Oh, that was 25.
When you see the stuff that Nintendo have released, whether it's been good or not, at least like graphically, visually, you know, their games do tend to look pretty good.
Yeah, Palworld is better.
That is just a horrific load of absolute nonsense.
I'd love to know where the Palworlds are, unless they're in like Read More, but I can't see them. I don't know. But yeah, there's probably more, but they're kind of Palworld and Digimon. To be honest, though, it's not just Palworld being mentioned. A lot of it is actually just other games. I mean, we had Digimon already. How many more times do you think we see Digimon than Palworld?
Jesus.
A solid 8, apparently.
How old is Digimon now?
Very.
And that's what they're like cross-referencing this game with to like compare.
Compared to what Digimon games look like in 2025, I was expecting way more out of this new fighting system, and Megas are cool, but the city feels dead. Well, what is the most recent Digimon game?
I mean, well, I wouldn't be shocked if they were referencing the first one there.
Digimon Story Time Stranger. Oh, it's on Steam as well. It's not limited to Nintendo.
Wowza.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Night and day difference.
Sure.
Well, I mean, at least the cities actually look like there's something going on, and some positive compared, you know.
What on earth?
Why am I looking at Katamari on crack?
It's like one of those terrible mobile merger games.
But like you know, in this one photo, you can see there's loads going on.
Yeah.
You've got to compared. Oh, and you at least get a demo. Then again, what is it with these type of games, man?
My goodness.
Anyways, we'll move on. So, yeah, you're whinging claiming it's review bombing. It seems that review bombing is more a way to critique the handling of a Pokemon franchise in recent years as opposed to genuine assessment of the game's quality, though that doesn't mean there aren't legitimate gripes. No, honestly, a lot of the gripes I've seen so far are legitimate.
Considering we a lot of the time see, like, almost all the Metacritics just not give a shit about what anyone cares about. They just want to say what the companies want to hear, and there's still been some of them that have even called out fully, not even just like giving it a slightly lower score and saying it was a little lackluster. No, straight up saying, yeah, it was shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Which makes a change. As I said, normally they're just there to fucking, you know, suckle on their butt cheeks.
But on top of that, my biggest annoyance is actually this. Former Nintendo employee claims Pokemon Legend ZA only needs to sell 200,000 units to break even.
Abysmal.
The question is then, how much did it cost to develop?
£50 base game. So you take that as the minimum, times it by 200k. It's not really that much. It's what, 10 mil?
Pokemon budgets leak cost 13 million.
Oh, 2 billion yen. Okay, I just saw 2 billion. I was like, what?
Now, 13 million dollars.
I guess if you take into consideration the like people are going to buy more than just the base game, then yeah, 200k sounds about right.
Yeah. So 13 million, and they made that.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need an enormous budget to output a fantastic game, as indie games have been repetitively proving over the last couple of years now.
Yeah.
You would like to think from a company with as much power and wealth as Nintendo, they'd at least be able to make some fucking 3D objects.
Look, all I'm going to say is...
Let's see, the bottom of a balcony, make a rectangle, cut one of the corners out, curve the inside corner. There's your balcony. Is that so difficult? And even if, you know, fine rightly, even if they did that, they wouldn't make like a few variations. No, they'd copy and paste the shit out of that.
I'm just letting you ramble. So, Pokemon Legend ZA may need to sell only 200,000 units to break even, according to former Nintendo employees. This incredibly low number of sales required to reach profitability is only possible because Pokemon Legend ZA reportedly has an extremely low budget.
Extremely low poly as well.
Right. 13 million is a lot of money. From an average person, it's a lot of money. And once
these aren't average people, Roy.
Yeah, I know.
This is fucking Nintendo.
I'm just gonna ask the question.
What's Nintendo's net worth? How about that? And then see how much of a percentage 13 million is of their net worth.
The net worth is approximately
only
96
100
billion. Yeah.
So how much of a percentage is 13 million? Let's see. Like 0.2, maybe? Maybe
Something
less?
along
No,
those lines.
less, I think. Less. Probably 0.1 something. Around there, I would say.
Oh, fucking hell. This is where we show my shit maths.
Well, if you take 1%, you're at 9.658 million.
Yeah.
Or sorry, not 9, not 9, 96.58 million.
Yeah.
And then you fit, how many times you fit 13 into that? Is about, what, 7? 7 and a bit?
Something along those lines.
So yeah, it's about 0.14% of their net worth.
Stupid.
Pretty much. They didn't even feel the breeze go through their wallet, mate.
I'm just, you know what, that just answers itself, doesn't it? Stardew Valley's budget was very low. Yeah, around $0. Okay, if I can't just prove that point just yet. What's that other game now that had a really low budget? Oh, let's go with this one. Let's go Undertale.
Oh, Rory, I might have missed it off, by the way. I was spot on with my numbers, but I missed a 0.
Did you?
It's not 0.14%. It's 0.014%.
So yeah, they didn't feel a fucking thing.
Not a fucking thing.
So
it's
Undertale,
like when a fly lands on you and you quickly whack your arm thinking you got it and never think of it ever again.
Yeah. No, I get that. So apparently Undertale's budget was $51,000, and that was up from the $5,000 goal.
From a Kickstarter.
He made $12.5 million on that, which is just
I haven't
about
even
the
heard.
Cost.
I've not heard Undertale mentioned in I don't know how long, but just you saying it right now, I can already hear the music.
Yeah, same.
Which is kind of weird.
So,
oh my god.
Stardew Valley has sold 41 million copies as of December 2024, so this is a year behind, generating significant revenue, with one source estimating the game's total revenue between $300 million and $450 million. This was a $0 budget game. The game's revenue is derived from multiple copies sold across PC, consoles, and mobile devices, with 26 million copies sold on PC and 7.9 million on Nintendo Switch alone.
That's a Tuesday night out for Nintendo, by the way.
Yeah, so, you know, there's actually a perfect meme for this exact moment. This is, you bitch. I hate you. I hate you so much.
Oh, this is going so well today.
Actually, yes, to power the suit. So the technology actually doesn't exist. So it's the technology.
William, here is the technology. I've asked you to simply make it smaller.
Okay, sir, that's what we're trying to do, but honestly, it's impossible.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a bunch of scraps!
So, Nintendo, you really need to sort your shit. That's all I can say.
It's absolutely pathetic to see them release this.
Oh, beyond.
To be completely honest, even if the game was fantastic, if it had the same graphics that this game has, I would still be shocked. And that's not me being like petty and like really, really enjoying like really good graphics nowadays. Because I again deleted the entire page.
It's fine.
A game can still be really good without looking visually impressive. But when it comes to a massive company like this that has a net worth of almost $100 billion, you would expect something.
What? No.
Half decent.
No, that's where your problem is. You're expecting things from multi-billion-dollar companies that don't owe anyone anything because fuck you and fuck everything you stand for.
Right, just close the fucking page.
I want to make sure Game Rant suffers. They made me read this.
This doesn't affect them in the slightest.
I'm angry. Just let my anger seethe. Sony seeks injunction against Tencent's alleged Horizon knockoff. There's no allege to this. This is just what it is.
Wonder how that's going for them.
Yeah, I mean, you can't tell me that's not.
Oh no, it straight up is. Like we had a look over this before, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and we did a decent amount of comparison, I feel like.
Oh yeah, damn right we did. So Sony has asked a federal judge to bar Tencent from using multiple elements of Light of Mataram. I'm not good.
You know, I had a thought at the start of this recording, Roy.
Go on. I like hearing thoughts.
When I said that I thought I saw like another company or something like get a patent or basically claim something.
Yeah.
I have just sort of realized Nintendo seems to be the only people who have actually done that. Who've actually filed patents saying we own this. No one else has. Not anything notable anyway, because we're not talking about it.
Yeah, to be honest, a lot of the ones that were filed were many years ago. And even some companies, this is just straight up. I'll give you one example, and it still pisses me off to this day. We've actually discussed it once before. This was when Nintendo first started this up. So, within the Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War games owned by Warner Brothers, based on the Lord of the Rings universe, they had a system implemented called the Nemesis system. Fucking amazing system. Basically, every major enemy, every enemy that could kill you, if they succeeded, they would become stronger the next time you came across them.
I remember talking about this, yeah.
Yeah, and they could actually rise the ranks of the enemy's army and get to become a commander and all this and all that. And basically, the more that happens, the more it impacts you, and they can become your nemesis. Even if you kill them, there's a chance that you didn't actually properly kill them, and because of that, they've come back disformed, maybe some metal covering parts of them, but they're now stronger and they're back for revenge. I loved that idea. Sadly, Warner Brothers copyright struck it. But, yeah, but the thing is, that was a mechanic they made from scratch, and if I'm right about it, they just made the copyright, and pretty much it just gives them a barrier at the moment. Eventually, the copyright will run out. When that happens and it comes into public domain, we might see more games utilise that feature, because I think it'd be phenomenal to utilise. It's a really amazing idea.
Yeah, it's certainly interesting.
Honestly,
I would worry that you would kind of screw yourself over. You die to one enemy like a couple times.
Yeah, that's happened to me while playing that game, and you know what? I built an entire fucking just vengeance arc against this one guy who
just some grunt that killed you. Yeah. You went and died to him a few times stupidly, and now he's just some Omega tier boss, and you're like just getting slapped around by him.
He became a fucking general. After he became a general, he became a commander, and at that point, he just started fucking bitch slapping me and turning up randomly with his goons. I had enough. So I hunted the fucker down to the end of the earth, pushed him off a cliff. Turns out that didn't properly kill him, so then I had to find him again and push bees on his head. Because fuck me, am I right?
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Deserved.
Honestly though, it made some amazing gameplay moments, that did. It was so much fun. It really was. So, yeah, Nintendo might be the only one that we hear about now, but it does happen. It's like, if someone makes a mechanic that they believe they're going to utilize a lot, sometimes they'll just hold it and make it so that not everyone can use it straight away.
Honestly, I saw a TikTok where apparently some guy made like a color, the equivalent of patented it, and made it so no one's allowed to use it.
Yeah.
So some other person went and made the pinkest pink as a color and said everyone's allowed to use it except the guy that owns that color that says no one's allowed to use that color. And I feel like we need to start doing that to start fighting Nintendo. Just start, every company, just start patenting everything, but give everyone access to it, except Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm fully for this. What I want to happen is I want Dragon Quest to come in and patent their summoning creatures, and then give everyone else permission, and then just revoke the access to Nintendo.
Yeah, until you start sharing mechanics in a reasonable condition. You just fuck you.
I think it'd be hilarious as well, because that'd pretty much fuck up the entirety of Pokemon.
Good. I'm not saying that every breakthrough they make in whatever kind of game they're making, they should be sharing to everyone. At the end of the day, some things you will end up owning. But with the way gaming is, it all follows each other.
Yeah,
no one game is truly unique.
Oh no. None slice. So Social media users have been accusing the game of copying Horizon since the former's November 2024 announcement. Everyone agrees that this is pretty much like you can't say otherwise.
Sure, ever so slightly different characters and ever so slightly different art style. Otherwise, may as well be a 1-for-1.
What are you on about? It is a 1-for-1. The only difference is we've moved away from dinosaurs, and now it's all
That's basically a dinosaur, just mechanical.
Well, that's basically what it was in Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
It was mechanical dinosaurs. But now this just looks like basic animals just amplified by 10 and made mechanical. That's
pretty
a pelican.
Much, yeah. Yep.
It's just been like...
I wanted to say what that was. I was sitting here fighting with my brain trying to remember the name of it. So I'm glad you said it.
There you go, mate. That's just a deer.
Pretty much.
That's just a fucking dolphin.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's too blurry on my end to see.
Yeah, that isn't a very good comparison photo, I must admit.
That's fucking terrible.
The Japanese game...
It's like standing on two random games, looking over a landscape and saying, oh, look, absolute rip-off of the other one.
Yeah.
Look, that's a better comparison.
Yeah, that's a lot
there.
better of a comparison. You know what? Let's not leave it to Game Rant to do.
I think we need to move away from Game Rant for your sake, and yet everything you have open seems to be Game Rant.
It is today.
He doesn't learn.
No. Who was it that there was a company I said I was going to avoid. I thought it was Game Rant, but I wasn't sure. It was last week, but it wasn't.
You expect me to remember things?
I've got no idea.
Last week never happened, so I don't know. I definitely don't know what you're on about.
Such a good comparison. Yeah. Just even the text is fucking similar. You know, man, I'm kind of giving up on the industry. Just slowly and steadily, you know. That is just...
It's painful.
Holy fuck, man. Anyways, let's go to something positive. Battlefield 6 has made a fan-requested change, which I'm gobsmacked to hear, to be honest. So, they're reverting a controversial change in Conquest, which saw the number of starting tickets reduced in an effort to make matches shorter. No one wants that. People want long matches. But they've heard the feedback. They've made the change. Problem solved. Happy days. Shouldn't have been made in the first place. Maybe not. But at least they've listened. Yeah, I said this to you the other day and I stand by it. How the fuck is it that I now believe more in EA than most of the AAA industries right now?
Yeah, it's truly dark times. The fact that EA is currently the people who are doing the best.
Yeah, it just doesn't add up, does it?
Yeah, we've seen Ubisoft near enough go under. We've seen Sony just being scum like usual.
Yeah,
we've got Xbox/Microsoft just basically sticking the middle finger up to consumers.
A foot, and then decided, oh, that wasn't enough. Let's shoot ourselves in the head as well.
And then we've got Nintendo doing their usual, just money. And somehow EA's over here like, yep, let all them burn. Meanwhile, we've got one of the best games ever with one of the highest fucking player counts from day one.
You know, and this is also what annoys me. The only reason I can't say Steam's currently in a good state, or GOG. GOG because they've not released anything recently, but they're still doing pretty well as things go. And Steam because they're being forced by the UK government to fuck up. And that's not Steam's fault. Well, the UK government and MasterCard? Yeah, MasterCard and Visa. So, that's not their fault, but it's what it is. Battlefield 6 was sat here right now, and the 24-hour peak was 492,853, which is pretty much the equivalent to what do you call them? Call of Duty is sat as their peak of all time. So, yeah, it's doing fucking amazing. 388,000 players right this second. Mental. So, Battlefield 6 addresses XP farms and progression complaints. People have been using their personal versions to make XP farms. There's been some issues with it.
It's always going to be a thing. People will find a way to power level.
Yeah. But apparently DICE has actually outlined plans to combat both problems with a new patch.
I did see a TikTok where there was a cheater found in the lobby. And I'm pretty sure the two different sides teamed up and two people sat shooting the teammate of one guy who was the cheater, and he just sat and constantly reviving him, and they sat and did that the entire time. And now that I come to think of it, I wonder how much XP they got for that.
Oh yeah.
XP farming off of a cheater.
Well, I've also heard that apparently cheaters are getting banned like within the day. And on top of that,
they're going so far. They're even banning console players for using software
which
that they shouldn't be
the
using.
hardware, yeah, and I'm so fucking happy about it because
Hardware. My bad.
People have been arguing on this matter for years, and I stand by the fact that Cronus Zen is fucking cheating. It's bullshit.
I mean, if it literally alters your gameplay by doing something extra for you, it's essentially cheating.
Yeah, it is. On top of that, from what I've heard, there are people that have been going into these hacker lobbies, like the websites and stuff in the forums, and they've been saying,
yes, I've heard about this.
Yeah, they've been turning around and going, oh, guys, don't worry, the cheats aren't actually detected, you can still use them. Loads of cheaters have been going on, using them, and getting banned immediately. So, shout out to those guys. Fucking amazing job, guys. It's fucking hilarious to witness. And honestly, it's fucking amazing as things go.
It's very surprising seeing everything that's happening around Battlefield 6.
Oh, yeah. So, apparently their plan is to increase progression speeds and nerf XP farms. I'm not completely against this. Big changes on the way. Update is planned for next week, which will increase match completion and daily bonus XP by 10% and 40% respectively. XP needed to unlock the first 20 attachment ranks is also being reduced. The assignments that required career ranks 20 to 23 and 26 to begin will now require career rank 10, 15 and 20 respectively.
I feel like there's a much easier way to go about this than what they're doing.
Go on.
They have all the data they already need from like average players. When they don't take into account the absurd amount of XP that people are getting from these XP farms.
Yeah.
So take the average XP a player would earn from different tasks in a match, go slightly above that, and set that as a cap. And once you pass that amount of XP earned from that one specific thing that you can do in the game to earn XP, you then get a significantly reduced amount of XP for doing that task more.
Yeah, it could work.
Except like maybe because there could be you could maybe set it like if you do it multiple times in a row. So like you obviously with Battlefield you always see those clips where you got that one guy who's just like an insane medic, just going around just rezzing everyone. And you don't want to cap him from doing that if that's just how they played. So if it's like done multiple matches in a row, then that cap comes in, or if like there's just a stupid number that's hit in that one match, then it gets capped.
I must admit, in recent times I've been enjoying playing medic. I think it's a good actual role to play, and there's a lot more fun to it now in modern day compared to what it used to be.
A brilliant TikTok I saw is when someone was in the campaign and they were like, the campaign's great and all, but there's one thing that just completely ruins it for them. And as you can see here, when I'm downed and I call for a medic, a teammate immediately comes to revive me. If I was in a PvP session, this wouldn't happen.
I like that. Battlefield 6 is reportedly banning players detected using Cronus Zen devices across both PC and consoles. If you're using it on a PC, you're a fucking idiot as it is.
That's crazy.
The purported move, sparked some controversy on social media, positioning Battlefield 6 as one of the first titles in recent years to actively counter the perception of Cronus Zen as an undetectable cheating method. The Cronus Zen is a plug-in input adapter, commonly used to extend controllers with scripts and macros, recorded series of inputs. By spoofing gamepad signals, it can provide advantages such as rapid fire and recoil nullification. Because its design circumvents common detection mechanisms, the Cronus Zen has become one of the most widely used cheating tools in first-person shooters since its May 2020 release. Battlefield 6
It's so scummy that people feel the need to do this. Like it's not kind of cheating. It's not maybe cheating. It just straight up is cheating. You're giving
100%.
yourself an unfair advantage.
And there's so many people that sit there all the time and go, why the fuck would we play with PC players? Well, why would we play with console players who are clearly cheating? But remember, PC players are the only ones that can cheat. Within days of Battlefield 6's critically acclaimed October 10th launch, reports have emerged that EA's latest FPS is banning Cronus Zen users. Although one of the widely circulated screenshots, supposedly attesting to this development, has been accused of being AI generated. Dozens of online testimonies claim that the Cronus Zen developers have issued a notice to their customers warning them not to use the device in Battlefield 6 while they conduct further testing. GameRant was unable to verify this claim.
I don't think, by the way, it immediately bans you. I think if you're in lobby, it will warn you that it's detected and to unplug it.
Yeah.
And then I imagine if you try to go into a match or you plug it mid-match, then it'll ban you.
I'd imagine so, yeah.
Seeing as it's sort of new, they're going to be catching these cheaters off guard and not realizing that they can finally be detected.
Yeah. Looking at the official Cronus Zen support Discord server, the only mention of Battlefield 6 that came from the Cronus Zen team suggests that the opposite to be the case. No bans reported when using our Battlefield 6 beta pack, one of the developers wrote on October 14th. The screen grabbed warning currently making the rounds on social media may have originated from a different Discord server or private channel reserved for Cronus Zen's owners. While the jury is still out for it to be verified, GameRant can confirm that multiple users complained about being banned in Battlefield 6 via the official Cronus Zen support Discord server. None of them clarified on the circumstances of their suspensions, making it unclear if they were possibly sanctioned for a different reason. One of the developers alleged that the bans for using unsafe scripts.
I think they're just right for cracking down on this, and it should be a thing. I don't really understand how the people making these devices are allowed to.
People find a way for anything, mate.
But they're straight up talking about them like they're just a normal company that's making this device you can buy.
100%.
I'm pretty sure for some games, when a whole cheating industry is being found out and took down, I'm pretty sure there's been cases where the people making the cheats have been taken to court.
Yeah, they have.
Once, twice. So I don't understand how this is just a casual thing.
Yeah, ban wave has sparked some online controversy. While many fans are celebrating the reported crackdown, some players have turned to social media to revive the long-standing debate over what constitutes cheating.
The people who got banned?
Most likely. Arguing that accessories like the Cronus Zen fall into a grey area. No, they don't.
Disagree.
These views, however, appear to represent a minority of the overall response. EA previously confirmed that Battlefield 6 was launched with a proprietary anti-cheat system, but without elaborating on the specifics. The publisher has yet to confirm that it is indeed cracking down on Cronus Zen users. Fucking good on them.
I mean, you give them the first step to bypassing your anti-cheat if you tell them what it is.
Yeah, exactly that.
And I hope this continues and also leads to more game developers working on anti-cheats to crack down harder on cheaters, because with the way gaming is these days, cheaters are everywhere, man. It's insane.
You can't
whether it's a brand new game that it hasn't even released yet, or a live service game that's been running for 10 years.
Yeah,
there's just cheaters everywhere. There's no avoiding it, and it's genuinely getting out of control.
No, I'm with you 100%, mate. So, 2 US senators have penned a letter speaking out against EA's recent buyout, saying it presents national security risks. I can't believe we're back here again.
EA got them launch codes?
Apparently. The deal made waves across the industry as soon as the news broke that it was even a possibility. And now that the company has confirmed it, it hasn't taken long for it to catch the government's attention. The future of EA acquisition may now be a bit murkier. We all know what this is going to do. It's just going to be the government arguing against it, claiming national security risk, and basically trying to oppose it in every way, shape or form. The Saudi will fight against it, EA will fight against it, they'll possibly win, or the US will just ban EA from the country. That's all that's going to happen. Straight up.
No, they'll not ban it. They'll just put a massive tariff on it.
Oh yeah, they tariff everything as it is. So let's discuss this about Assassin's Creed, because I've got to admit, I'm curious about this entire situation.
When we covered Assassin's Creed, it didn't go very well.
Yeah,
they certainly fell off of what Assassin's Creed is / was, considering you were just some massive bulky dude just charging around like a fucking rhino.
Yeah, I have a lot about that to say, but I'm not going to bring that up today. Assassin's Creed franchise boss Mark Alexis Cote has reportedly left Ubisoft after working for the company for around 2 decades. The news comes on the heels of the control over the Assassin's Creed franchise being given to Vantage Studios, a new company formed by Ubisoft with a 25% stake from Tencent. Oh, the irony, Tencent's coming back up. Cote started working Ubisoft in 2005 as a software engineer, and joined the Assassin's Creed team for the first time as a lead level designer for Brotherhood. Brotherhood's level design was really good. Cote became a game director on Assassin's Creed 3, reprising the same role in some of the best Assassin's Creed games, such as Black Flag in 2022, while... What do you mean, some of the best? I mean, the last 3 you've mentioned are probably the best of the 3 that's been out in recent years. In 2022, while working on Assassin's Creed Shadows, the executive took the reins of the entire franchise and was responsible for laying out the current plans for the series' future. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
This week, Cote has departed Ubisoft as employees were informed via an email. According to IGN, Cote was offered the role as part of Vantage Studios' leadership, but he refused it, which led to Vantage Studios' co-CEO, Christopher Denarius, to say he was disappointed by the turn of events. Every indication is that Ubisoft wanted the executive to remain in some leadership capacity, but it seems Cote had some kind of disagreement regarding the creation of Vantage Studios and the future of Assassin's Creed. Honestly, I can't fault him. It's fucking insane that, considering he's brought this thing up since, like, what were it, 3, did it say, or Black Flag? Anyways, he brought this up for a long time. Of course he won't want to really, move away from it. It's currently unknown how much of Cote's decision to leave the team will impact the future of Assassin's Creed games. It's very likely that the Valley of Memory DLC for Assassin's Creed Mirage won't be affected by all these changes. What a shock. So, that's all that came out at that point, but then straight after, he came out and clarified he didn't walk away.
Oh no, he definitely would have been told, listen, either we fire you or you quit and you get your package. That was the 2 options. Because he turned it down. There's no way he would just casually quit.
No, I'm with you on that, especially with the email going out to everyone. Following the news of his departure from Ubisoft, former Assassin's Creed boss Mark Alexis Cote attempts to set the record straight on what happened, disputing initial reports he chose to leave. In recent months, Ubisoft has found itself in an interesting position. Yeah, namely with the formation of Vantage Studios, which is now in charge of many of the core franchises. Despite Assassin's Creed Shadows being a success, for Ubisoft, the franchise seems to be in a bit of a transition now that the long-term leadership, Mark Alexis Cote, has left. The surprising announcement initially made it seem like Mark Alexis Cote left Ubisoft willingly, leaving members of the Ubisoft leadership team, such as Vantage Studios co-CEO Charlie Guillemot and Christopher Denarius, disappointed. However, new insight from Cote himself seems to counter that initial report. Mark Cote claims to have been pushed out by Ubisoft. Here we go. And he posted it to his LinkedIn.
Oh, damn.
Let's have a look. Oh, Jesus, did he?
Oh, it's bright. Help.
That's LinkedIn for you, mate. It's how it is.
Don't you have a forced dark mode option?
Not on Edge. So, in a new post on his LinkedIn profile, Cote attempted to clarify the events based on the reoccurring theme he has been seeing since the announcement. Essentially, Cote states that he did not choose to leave Ubisoft, and the franchise that he still has a passion for. Cote claims that Ubisoft simply transferred the leadership of Assassin's Creed to someone closer to its new organisational structure. He also went on to reveal that he was offered a different position, but it was one that he felt didn't actually have the same level of scope as what he had been doing as the franchise boss. However, even through all that, Cote reaffirmed his love for Ubisoft and that he has no resentment over how things seemingly ended. He reiterated that he did not walk away, staying as long as he could until Ubisoft leadership asked him to step down, which is a massive difference.
Yeah.
Even with the new content on the horizon, such as Assassin's Creed Mirage Valley of Memory DLC, the long-term future of Assassin's Creed franchise now enters uncharted waters with Vantage Studios firmly in control. That's fucking mental behavior.
I think the only person we have seen willingly step down in a very long time is going to be from Helldivers 2 because of how much of a shitstorm Sony put that in.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, like that, they pretty much had the only reasonable excuse to willingly step down. Otherwise, why would anyone step down from a position like that?
Yeah, I'm actually going to read you the post, but I'm not going to blind you with it. So I've got it on my other monitor. The past 24 hours has been deeply emotional. Reading all of your public and private messages has reminded me of so many moments, people, and shared dreams for the past 2 decades. 1 second. I have been archiving all of them. Something to revisit one day when I'm old, smiling at what we built together. From the messages of colleagues, friends, and fans, a reoccurring theme has emerged that I feel the need to clarify. Many of you expressed surprise that I would choose to leave Assassin's Creed after so many years, especially given the passion I still hold for it. The truth is simple. I did not make that choice. Ubisoft decided to transfer the leadership of the Assassin's Creed franchise to someone closer to its new organizational structure. A different position was mentioned, but did not carry the same scope, mandate, or continuity with the work I had been entrusted with in recent years. I want to be clear that I hold no resentment. Ubisoft has been my home for all of my professional life, and I will always be grateful for the people and the projects and the belief that together we could create worlds that will inspire millions. But I also owe it to my teams, past and present, to say this plainly. I did not walk away. I stayed at my post till Ubisoft asked me to step aside. As someone who grew up inspired by Star Trek, TNG, in the later years of my career, I came to see myself as the captain of the Assassin's Creed ship, someone who leaves only once every soul on board is safe. That is exactly what I have done for as long as I could. Thank you again for all your messages of support. They mean more to me than you can imagine. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. So why in the fuck did Ubisoft try to claim that he left of his choice?
I think that they definitely put some clauses in there that he had to say certain things, and he sat and read through it thoroughly before realizing that they fucked up and missed a few things.
Yeah, it seems
so
that way.
he could get away with saying what he said without getting himself in any legal trouble with them.
Yeah,
which is exactly what he's done. Because let's be honest, they don't do that.
No.
And act like it was all on good terms and stuff. Not a chance. No massive company would do that. I would never trust them to.
No, I'm with you 100% on that. So the final story for today. The former God of War director gives a warning to major publishers. Now, what the fuck would these guys have to give warnings about? Former God of War studio head Megan Morgan Jr. Has warned major publishers not to focus solely on big-budget AAA games. Oh dear God. They're speaking realistics. The fuck? As the gaming industry has grown, so too has the scope of many games themselves. But big players in the space have also struggled with disappointing sales and financial difficulties. Now the former God of War director has offered some insight into how companies might avoid the worst consequences of these trends. God of War itself stands out as a massively successful AAA franchise. The current gen revamp that kicked off the 2018 was a smash hit, and now there are signs that the new God of War is in development, possibly either a mainline game set in Egypt or a spin-off that may dive into another genre. While the details are still a mystery, hype is still high for the franchise. But one of its former leaders has suggested that the industry may need to move away from such big AAA releases, at least a little. So, former Santa Monica studio head says that big publishers should look to diversity into AA and single A. This will be interesting.
They're not gonna.
No. In a conversation with game developer Junio, who served as Santa Monica Studios' co-head and director of product development until June 2025, said major game publishers have become too focused on AAA titles after the pandemic. Junio expressed belief in the power of creativity and innovation in gaming, saying that looking beyond big-budget projects to explore lower investment but more experimental games could yield the kind of results studios want. We've been saying this for how long? No, they're not. It's easy to see where the line of belief comes from, as in the past year, Split Fiction sold more than 4 million copies in mere months, while EA's major titles like Dragon Age The Veilguard and EA Sports Football Club 2025 fell short of expectations. At the same time, Junior did not write off AAA games entirely, highlighting a potential really large payoff when an expensive title with a long dev cycle does perform well. However, she stressed that pouring more resources into these kind of games without diversifying into other, perhaps more creative projects may not help break the cycle of layoffs, closures, and cancellations sweeping the industry. Despite some massive recent launches, times have not been kind to the gaming sector, with Microsoft laying off thousands of employees in 2025 and many developers seeing their doors shut and projects canned. We're expecting more Microsoft layoffs soon.
Yes, about to say, didn't you send me something that's saying the start of the New Year's we're going to see more?
Yeah, seemingly so. But the other thing about it is, think about gaming when we were younger. Yeah, you had your AAA still, but a lot of projects that came out were AA and single A from the same developers, and they were testing boundaries, setting up new things, and it gave you something to look forward to until the next big AAA game. And back then, I'll be honest, I didn't look at them as, oh, this is AAA, this is AA, this is single A. I just looked at it as, oh, new game, cool.
Game is game.
Yeah, new game. This is amazing. Love this. Great, fantastic. I want another game in this series. And that's sometimes how some of the best series begin.
You weren't worried about how this game was very basic with some very mediocre graphics compared to this game that has loads of mechanics and for the time that it was released, amazing graphics. You didn't give a shit. That wasn't something you were worried about. The game was fun. The game was good. That's all you needed.
Yeah, spot on. For now, it does not seem like AAA games are going anywhere or getting any smaller. There are many upcoming games with budgets in the hundreds of millions, with GTA 6 rumoured to have a $1 billion budget, so it will be interesting to see how these play out and affect the industry. Of course, there are still indie success stories to be seen, too, as evident by Hollow Knight Silksong. The future is uncertain, but at least some industry vets think gaming needs to diversify to thrive. And I'm completely with that idea. It really does. And I think it's quite obvious at this point.
Yeah, they've got the bigger companies have got this like massive ego that's developed that they released this one fantastic AAA game 10 years ago, and now they think that's all that they're good for.
Yeah, exactly that.
So they keep pumping out this pile of fucking trash that they can't even keep servers up for 10 days before the entire game's removed from existence.
All right, now we're referencing Concord, are we?
Yes.
But no, it's it's mental how the industry's become. It really is. I don't see things changing much for the better. So all we can do is really hope. It's the only thing we've got left. And it's sad, but that is what it is at the end of the day.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. But anyways, that's everything I wanted to cover this week. Is there anything you would like to mention, sir? Seeing as we've technically been off for like 3 weeks. Technically.
Last week never happened.
Last week never happened.
Don't look into it. Don't.
Yeah, never do that. No, never ever.
For your sake and ours.
Yeah, for everyone's sake, just don't do it. But yeah, it's, to be honest with you, it's been a bit of a weird week. Been a weird 2 weeks, if anything. But we're finally back. Will's got his internet back after losing it to a tree. He was miserable for over a week. I think it was 10 days he was out of action.
Extremely miserable.
But we're back. We will be starting back up again and kicking things off week by week. I'm going to be streaming more on the weekends again, and possibly sometimes after work on my personal channels. But we shall see. And who knows, we might end up playing some games together again. It's been a while.
I need to grab him by the back of the skull and drag him out again.
He really does. I'm very difficult to get a hold of.
It's not even difficult to get a hold of because it can get a response out of you pretty easily.
I respond in seconds.
forcing you to get on something and do something. It's like dodging the question. No fucking arsehole.
I mean, look, I'm an expert at dodging things.
I ask him if he wants to do something. He brushes it off, and then I'm just like, right, you know what? Fuck you then.
Yeah, I need to stop that. But I was streaming Gun yesterday. It was a good time. There will be a video coming out on that game.
Apparently, he'd rather play with himself than with me.
That can be taken so many ways. But
yeah, I said it. What are you gonna do about it? I said it. What are you gonna do about it, huh?
I'll just wait till this recording's finished. Anyways, I've never actually managed to successfully shut him up. I'm kind of impressed.
Oh, you never will. It's already been over 10 years and you've not succeeded, so I don't see it happening anytime soon.
No, that's true. But anyway, with all that said and done, thank you all very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, feel free to like, follow, subscribe, comment, join the Discord that's in the description, and all that good stuff. And we will catch you all in the next episode next week.
Pray for good things, guys. It's been going rough. Other than Battlefield 6. Focus on Battlefield 6.
Exactly. See you all next time.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next week.